Hey, this is Peter from Beer Today, Beer Tomorrow. Welcome to episode 61 featuring Patrick Donagher of the Beerly Legal Group. This week's show features the second half of our conversation with Patrick, a man who truly has a lot going on right now. He's got the remodeling of Alewife, the launch of Alewife Brewing Company, the release of their first beer, Electric Rhino, and not to mention a baby on the way. Congrats to Patrick and his family. We've got a great episode with a lot of interesting stories and exciting updates on all of the Beerly legal ventures. Check out the BTBT store today. You can visit the BTBT store at beertodaybeertomorrow.com for BTBT glassware and shirts. Also, stay tuned. BTBT is going to be sharing some very major information in the coming weeks. That's right. It's a motherfucking cliffhanger in the intro. Now grab some beers, or make your way to some, and enjoy this week's show. Cheers. What would you say your philosophy is when you're approaching your business? Like, how would you describe that?
Customer service, hospitality, focused with quality product. I know it sounds like a fucking sell sheet, but no, it's seriously hospitality, customer service is number one. Friend of mine, Andy, had me set up this company, Beerly Legal, and he's the legal part of it. And, you know, it's like I needed that backer and friend to push me and put me in the right direction, and you know, there was a lot of shit I tried to do that wasn't exactly legal, and you know, he kept me at bay. And but he taught me that, you know, I was so stuck in the world of just constant pressure and trying to make things work. You know, like I got to make this place work. I got to make that work. You know, it's especially in the first year or so, it's really, really hard, and I kind of neglected the customer service aspect of it. And it was a huge awakening. Like, why I forgot what I got into it for. You know, this is what we're about. And I was just so driven behind the scenes to make things work, to create events, to get the best beers, to keep the books in order. Like, you know, it was just everything. And you know, obviously, I checked myself in that, and boom, we got our company policy kind of right down and made it, enforced it kind of into our theme for the bars. It's like, you know, we're all beer drinkers, where we go out to other places, and some you go, wow, I want my staff to be like this someday, and then like, wow, I'm never coming back here. I never want to fucking, I can't believe I was talked to like that. You know, like, why I'm here trying to spend money. Like, I don't like pretentious fucking people. I don't like people looking down their nose at other people, and I want everyone to get along. I don't care about any isms. Like, there's no room for that in any of my fucking bars, and we find that, we kick that shit out right away, and then we hear about it in Yelp the next day, and we're like, fuck you, you're racist, you're sexist, you know, right. There's no room for that in our bars. We'll be nice to you as much as we can, we'll kill you with kindness, but if you bring up shit like that, you're out, like, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's completely fair game.
You can bullshit all you want about it, but if you're in the wrong, you're in the wrong. So I want my places to be fair to everybody, to come and drink and have fun. No politics, no religion. Let's just come and drink and have a chat. Like, put your phones away and let's chat. Right. As I'm about to check my phone. But, you know,
it's a modern Twitch. What can you do?
It's a modern Twitch.
It fucking is. You know, I was like, I don't know if it was the weed I was smoking the other night, but I couldn't stop looking at my phone. It was driving me nuts because I think it's maybe the brewery and Instagram, and people were commenting. I was like trying to like be responsive and get back, and I found myself like looking at my wife and like, wait, what'd you say? She's like, wow, you're really not listening to me. And I was like, wow. I turned my phone off. Like, I'm sorry, I'm home, baby. Let me put work away for a minute. But I just don't stop. But it's but the whole point of bars, in my opinion, and what I was brought up with, and my dad and my mother instilled in me, is like customer service. You know, like, these people are coming in for you to listen to them. And back then it was like we knew everything about everybody. You know, it was like, you're the psychologist, you know, you're the person, you're the shrink that has to listen to everyone. And you know, I want that. I want people to be able to talk to people again, you know, and talk to your friends, talk to people, strangers. You know, it's like that's what socializing is all about. Like, that's the original social fucking network. You know, put your shit away, talk. Yeah. And then what we'll do, and then our staff wise, it's about, we try to. You can't force people to be sociable, but you can try through management and through staff, teaching people the values of customer appreciation, like treat others as you would expect them to treat you. Fucking Bible reference. And I can't believe I remembered something. But it's and then you can go like, Then, but when your staff are gelling together and you're a family environment and you're cool to your staff and you're not a dick of a boss, and they'll not be a dick to customers. They'll be nice. They'll, if you create something inside that there's, little glitch in there that I like everything out in the open. If people are bubbling up like resentment and, they got treated unfairly, then what do you fucking expect? They're going to be an asshole to customers because they don't care, it's just a job to them. Like, it's my life. It's what I do, but it's their job. And you should come to work if you love what you do. Then it's the old fucking saying, like, it's not really work. But I want my people to come, make money, enjoy it while they're here. And bartending, waitressing, like serving porters, everything is stepping stone to something else. Like, I bar back to years ago and I was put through my paces and dishwash and everything. Right. But it's a family. Like, every one of my bars have such a clique. They're all so individual, and we've such great people working for us, and I think it just comes from the management.
Well, it's a tough job.
It's horrible.
You have to know everybody.
Yeah, I
trust them to be there for you.
Absolutely, but the shit they have to deal with is unbelievable. Like, the people that come in, and they're like 99% of people are phenomenally good people that come in and they have a good heart and good soul and they're good humans. Then you get one or two that just come in to destroy your day and destroy others, and they might have taken something you don't know and you can't tell, and they're hard to deal with. But like, all we can do in this industry is kill people with kindness and do our best to facilitate their needs and be nice. Like, I just like to be nice. If Sarah that works at Fool's Gold, she's got a tattoo, be nice, and she's a sweetheart. Yeah. People like talk bad to her. It's like, how can you not be nice to this girl? Like, she's been so nice, and that's the same with everybody. Yeah. I overhear my managers talking to customers all the time about a complaint and everything, and it's like, it can be so easily fixed. Come to us, talk to us before you go home and write your Yelp review. Like, we can solve
or message you directly.
Right, yeah, I know.
Instead of just ranting on the internet.
Wouldn't that be a fucking dream?
Crazy ideas.
Yeah,
right?
Crazy ideas. But I also use Yelp and Google and everything as constructive criticism too. So if there's something truly warranted, I will address it immediately, and I try to respond to all reviews. There's a lot. People review a lot, man. Holy shit! I gotta keep up.
That's a busy city.
I gotta do 1 out of 50 now.
And you got what? Four plus establishments coming on the.
That's a lot. Yeah.
And so I try to respond social media and reviews and stuff, but it's like, just be nice. Talk to us. Talk to bar owners. Talk to restaurant owners. Talk to your managers. Talk to staff. Just don't leave angry. Like, we want to make it right. So we're all reasonable people. So I hope times change a little bit where we can all talk again, instead of going to our phones or going to our computers or whatever, and let's talk to your fellow man. We're a tribal fucking species, we should be able to talk.
It's true.
I know we're all thrown in this big fishbowl of New York City and we have to deal with it, but we can still be friends. We can still talk. I like that philosophy of being one race of people, like one species of people, of humans.
The human race.
The human race. Like, let's fucking get along. It's like, it's reflecting on my beers and what we're doing. I'm trying to send a message out there for equality and death to ego is a huge announcement to the world to get your fucking shit together. Put away your fucking ego and get along with people and create more equality. Like, Daniel Birch, our designer, is doing some Ogham language, which is ancient Irish language before religion, before everything, before just lines and crosses, crazy fucking thing. But we're doing One Love and most of the cans, and we're doing like little messages out there to people, and we put it all together like every year or something. And I want a better world for kids to come into, and I want beer to speak to people, and it does. It creates a commodity among men, women, 21 plus people.
Well, here anyways.
Yeah.
No, but it brings people together, trust me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think 21 plus or not, we all start earlier, and we all know it's all about just people, right? Coming together and having a good time.
That is it. And that's what I know. I'm just remembering the original question was, what's my philosophy, kind of thing. So it's really to bring people together better. There's a lot of division out there, and obviously now this time is when I'm working harder to just make my spaces better places for people to come and get acquainted with new people and friends and relationships and whatever. Like, beer unites. I'm sure somebody has that logo, but well done.
Isn't that on the other side of that glass? Well, it depends on the glass, I
it's
guess.
5 borough.
It's the other one, but
No, 5 Borough got the.
but they have one that's like it's about uniting people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, uniting people through beer.
You know what I'm
I know
talking
it.
about?
Yeah.
I like the quote a lot. Actually,
Yeah.
it's a good one.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's beer's community. You know, we talk about it all the time.
Yeah, it's a craft beer community, not a cutthroat market.
Exactly.
Right.
We all help each other, you know. It's like the more, and you got to remember, like in New York City, like I remember doing my business plan, doing research for this, and I was looking at San Diego, the amount of breweries per capita. It was ridiculous compared to New York. Like it was like at the time, I think there was 24 breweries in New York, and 8 million people, residents, not tourists, not anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
There's room for fucking everybody. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course.
If you're going to be a dick to another brewery, you're digging your own grave. You're isolating yourself, you know?
Yep.
It's like, be nice, work with people. You know, don't talk shit about fellow industry people. It's like, we're all here to help each other. You know, it's beer.
Yeah.
We're not wine people. We're not animals. But yeah, and, you know, that's the message, I guess. You know, it's like we're going to do a lot more messages through our beers. But my bars are customer service, hospitality, fucking quality products, and, you know, all beer focused. I love cocktails too, and I love wine. So let me get this: beer, cocktails, wine. Yeah, that's pretty much everything, right?
There you go. You got it all.
So I love it all. But it's it's very important to the bars to represent a hub for neighborhoods, for people to come and put their shit aside, you know, drink or eat or sit and talk.
Right.
I don't care.
Yep.
There you go. That's a great answer. So I got to ask, so what's one of the craziest craft beer related stories that you can share with our audience here today that you've experienced?
No comment. I may get, I don't know. I don't think I can say. I don't even know where to go with a light story on this. Jesus, fuck. I've been in so many. I've had some.
So your answer is yes.
Yeah. I've had some from halfway around the globe. I've had some interesting nights out, and yeah, I can't really comment on that. I have a lot of friends that I don't kiss and tell kind of thing, you know.
Right.
It's but yeah, there has been some insane nights. I don't know where to go. You got me on a hop there. I'm like, I don't know where to fucking go with this. I can't place any names. There's been some wild nights out.
You can change names to protect the innocent.
Yeah.
It's like one of those made for TV like crime dramas. You know, all the names and places have been changed.
Yeah, there's definitely been crazy nights. One is pretty clean. Myself, Brian Palumbo from Alewife, Baltimore. He actually done construction, built this place. Daniel Lanigan, Sean Moder, that owns Moder Lambic in Brussels.
Wow, that's a
that's a great lineup.
Very
right there.
easygoing crowd.
Yeah.
You wouldn't.
No, this is
just
a good
get
story.
together.
We just got fucked up. No, we were doing a Belgium, Germany, and Amsterdam, and we were partying around the place. We go to we fly in Amsterdam. We meet up with everybody. I come from New York. There's people coming from Boston, from Baltimore, from Buffalo. You know, all around the place. We all met up in Amsterdam. We, you know, go out in a fucking tear. We get destroyed drunk.
Yeah.
But it keeps going. It's in Amsterdam. It doesn't stop, you know.
Yeah.
I had a great idea to take mushrooms. You know, it's like go in the store, give me some mushrooms. Love my psilocybin, and then I go. I went in to get something for everybody. You know, there's like 5 or 6 of us. Everyone was like, "Here, let's all do it." You know, you told me to go in and get it. Everyone agreed. Nobody took a fucking mushroom. I ended up eating all of it. They all pretended they took it, and then told me right afterwards they didn't take anything. So I just kept on eating them, and then I was out of my mind for nearly fucking 12 hours and bouncing around Amsterdam. Very visual.
Yeah.
That was the start of the week in touring Europe, and
wow.
You know,
Good
we
start.
ended up.
So it was easy after that.
Yeah, I think so, right? I remember just being in Moder Lambic in Brussels and just fucking getting wasted. And we were just all sitting around, just all close friends sitting around talking shit, drinking beers, going to a dive bar in Brussels that had fucking Cantillon and everything on tap.
Wow, it is
such
Brussels.
a dive bar.
Yeah.
And but I remember walking up the street just drinking. We're all carrying bottles of Cantillon goose and just passing around, and it's like drinking 40s in Brussels.
Yeah.
It's drinking Cantillon. It's like, you know.
Yeah, I need to go back there and do that.
I wish somebody would have taken a picture of all of us walking down this alleyway, like dark, wet, stony, like cobblestone.
Yeah.
Narrow building. just an amazing time, and just walk into a dive bar from a world-class beer bar and drinking Cantillon up the street, firing it into a dumpster when you're done, like it was nothing. Then another bottle's brought out, somebody has another one, smoking pot, going up, away we go. Brussels ignites, we meet up with a bunch of other people. Don't think I can mention them, and it's but they're good. They're legendary brewers, and the night went on for quite a while, and then Germany kind of got out of control real fucking fast. So I can't comment any more on that. But that was one great trip, and that was 6, 7, 8 years ago, and I've been doing it every year since. So it's been, Dublin crazy, Manchester crazy. West Coast, Florida, everywhere. Like, we've traveled quite a bit. We go to a lot of beer festivals and stuff,
Yeah.
Wake Fest a couple of weeks ago was nuts. And I always I like the festivals. I'm just not a big festival person myself. Just not great with crowds. So I've gone to GABF so many times. I went in once. And I just love the shit around the bars. I love bars. I love hanging out in bars.
I've only been GABF once, and honestly, the time we spent the days before and after just exploring Denver was amazing.
Yeah.
Right? Because the whole crowd's there.
Yeah.
And all the good stuff's coming out because of GABF.
Oh, yeah.
So, you don't even have to go to the festival to enjoy the festival.
Yeah, man. I'm just, one thing I can say, I never got arrested in America. or like, there was warnings and stuff,
Oh, yeah.
It was like late night. What the fuck are you guys doing? Walking like down the street or trying to get a cab, whatever. But it was. I love it. I love this industry. Like, I love the people in it. It's such fun. We get to do a lot of fun things. The perks are fun. It's like
absolutely
I don't know. It's just I like the people.
There you go,
and
man.
Shit happens. Crazy shit happens when crazy people get together, I guess. So, you just got to go with the flow.
So I guess soon you'll be on the other side of the table at the festivals, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that'll help with the crowds. You'll just be watching them. Or you'll just leave and get drunk with your friends.
Yeah, I'll go in. I'll be there. I'll be there till it gets too crazy. But it's different. It's your own thing, and it's
very true.
I'm really fucking excited to do it. I want to talk to people about our beers. I want to talk to people about convince them to drink more. Go and tell your local bar to buy more.
Right.
But I didn't think of that until fucking now. Actually, Jesus. We're gonna crush it. I guess we're gonna do our best. We're gonna go to a lot of festivals, get the name out there, and have fun. We got a good crew to drive around and do our thing. So I think we got Queen's Beer Week is our first fest, and then Fibro Craft Beer Fest is our second one. And that's really
at the Well, right? That's at the Well, right?
The Well, yeah.
We'll be at that.
They do some fun things, they're good guys. They're crazy.
Yeah.
The Well is awesome.
That's a great place to go.
Great place.
It is really good. I was there last year, I think, for the first time at the Fibro Craft Beer Fest. I think we were doing food for them, and it was a good time.
Yeah.
It was good, and I love that. I just love Brooklyn too. It's like just bouncing around some good bars down there, great people living there, and God knows what'll happen that weekend. Yeah. It's like, fuck. I always had to come back to the bars and do work, but when I do these festivals now, it'll be, Alewife focused. Like, I need a day or two to recover from this. But different.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I mean, we've covered a lot of ground, touched a lot of different topics. Is there anything that we haven't gone over? Anything that you want to tell our audience? Anything that you feel they should know about all the establishments and all the really cool shit that you got going on and coming up?
Not really. I don't really care. Go and do what you want. Just be nice.
There you
it's
go.
Like, I love my customers. I love people. I love new people coming and checking out the bars. But fucking New York City, there's a lot out there. Like, when you come by, you come by. You're here. I'm not going to force you to come. Like, but if you don't fucking drink Alewife beer, I swear to fuck. No, seriously. I love, I have so many friends in the industry, and so many bars. I feel terrible with myself not being able to get to them a lot. Or ever, and it's a great community in New York City. Like, don't just drink in my bars, go to other people's bars, except Haymaker, because fuck Tristan. we done a smear campaign against each other because of Chris O'Leary's Brew York, so it's just a running joke. But
was that the madness thing?
Yeah.
I caught a bit of that.
We started giving each other shit, and making up shit. It was fucking hilarious. Like, it was like, oh, you didn't go there. And then I would text him like, can I post this? What do you think of this? He's like, please don't post that, Pat. That's awful. I was like, yeah, right. But no, message is go enjoy craft beer wherever you get it. Drink local, drink fucking Belgian, German, drink any beer from around the world, drink, experiment, try new things. Don't fucking bitch about it so much. You know, it's not yours. You didn't brew it. Respect other people's creative mindset. If something doesn't suit you, then say, that's not for me.
I mean, we only got 4,000 breweries or 6,000 now.
Yeah, just in other words,
find
just
something
be nice,
you like. Enjoy it.
Yeah,
right.
I just want, like, you know, be nice. Jesus, beer is 500 times more complex than wine. Wine doesn't get that much shit, you know?
Yeah.
You know, and we're a small community. Like, we should be growing it, not shooting ourselves in the fucking foot with it. So, be nice.
I think that's the problem, though, right? It's like the internet. Once you have enough people to bitch, everything's going to get shut down.
Yeah.
And beer is what everybody drinks.
Yeah.
Whereas wine, I mean, not that a lot of people drink wine, but not a lot of people comment on wine. The same way that everybody talks about beer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense. And it's just a growing pain of having people figure out their levels and understanding what's there.
You know, you need people to figure out their taste and where do you think they'll go next.
Palates are something most people still don't understand.
But it's really hard to figure out. Like, you know, brewers are, constantly trying to figure that out for themselves. You know, like what do people want next, and hit and miss, swing and miss. You know, it'll come when it comes. But you know, I feel bad for some breweries that get such abuse, and hopefully we'll never get that abuse. But you know, it's like there's no need for it. You know, if you don't like it, fucking order something else and keep clean beer lines, and then you've no excuse. But it's the brewery's fault.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the best bars nowadays, anyways, they'll give you a taste.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, try before you buy. If you're picky.
I remember reading menus years ago going, once you buy it, it's yours, you know? And I never liked that, ever. I thought, no. You know, as a customer, I wouldn't like to do that. And, like, I'm stuck with a 20-ounce pint of fucking 13% swill. You know, I don't want that. I want give me a try first.
I'm pretty open out, but I still don't always commit to, you know, crazy bottles.
Yeah.
Partly because there's already, you know, probably 10 things to try on tap. But
I got rid of bottles in all my bars nearly. Like, I'm down to, I used to have a bottle list of, I remember right at home, we'd nearly a bottle list of 100 bottles. And about 3 years ago, maybe, 3 years ago, and cans were coming in craft cans. And I started like weeding out my bottles and getting rid of them. Some of the bigger ones we put in storage and like that'll last, have a good shelf life to it. And probably age better. We kept those, and we done deals and everything else just to get rid of, and we started bringing in more cans. More breweries started doing more cans. Like, I think the Jeffrey column has probably 30 cans in there now. Wow. Just fucking a lot of beer, you know. So now we're trying to limit everything, but I'll always keep the classics on, like Orval and a few others, like secret bottles of whatever we got put away, you know, like
the things you know will stand the test of time.
Yeah, you know, like, but you know, you tell me like Hill Farm said they're going to put something in the bottle, and I can get to buy it, I'll fucking buy it. You know what I mean? But there are some classics you need to have in stock at all times. You know, we try to 5 to 10 bottles max at each bar, but the rest is cans and draft. Quality coming from cans is pretty impressive.
Sure. It's interesting. I read something just recently that 2017 was actually the highest rate of craft beer breweries that ended up closing down. But and I think a lot of people question what's going on sometimes in the industry. But I mean, if you look at a market like New York, where there were so few craft breweries, I mean, now it's you know, it's exploding, but it's still nowhere near where you would think New York should be at or could be at.
Yeah.
But
New York's a hard market.
It's a tough market. It's very expensive.
You know, it's hard for individuals to create something like that. You're paying high rent, higher than any fucking city close where I don't know the facts on how to say it, the world, and you know, it's really expensive to live here. Pay's not, you know, it's great for some industries, not so much for others, and unfortunately the cooking and hospitality industry doesn't have a record of great pay, you know. So I think that's a major factor in the growth of craft beer, because the risk was so high compared to the reward, like, you know, and people were just nervous about it. So the you know, a lot of the bigger breweries in New York had big partners behind them too that funded something like that, you know. And then you have guys like Other Half coming on who busted their ass in like different breweries and stuff, and they took the risk. And they fucking crushed it, and they still are doing it, and they're inspiring everybody else to do it. They're inspiration to me every fucking day, you know. They make great beer, they're great guys, and they have a great crew, and you know, they've spawned something crazy in New York, like, you know,
they have.
Like, Jesus, they've taken IPAs to a whole other fucking planet, you know. And I think they're that was the biggest factor behind New York and the growth of breweries, in my opinion. I'm probably wrong, but it's I got to think it's the cost of everything. Like I'm shopping around for warehouses now, and I was up in the Bronx and found out it was $8 to $10 or $12 a square foot.
Wow.
Fucking here it's like 40.
Shit.
And like you need 5,000 square feet, quite a chunk of change right there.
Yeah.
Then the contractor's expensive, the insurance is even more, this insurance, that insurance, taxes, everything. So yeah, I'm not surprised it took New York a while to do that because it was so expensive. You see the breweries that are just in Westchester and maybe Long Island and stuff, like their setup costs could be a little bit cheaper, and they're fucking going crazy. They're supplying the busiest city in the world, right, the thirstiest city in the world, with fucking beer, and it's not easy. And if I don't know what the record is, and I haven't even researched this, I don't know if you guys have, about the breweries where they are that they're closing down. Like I get the numbers that they're high. 2007 was the highest rate of closure, but where are they? Where were the breweries? Were they in metropolitan areas? Were they in, like, what was their business plan? Like, what are they making shit?
It's a per capita inequality thing, in my opinion. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Places where you can grow, which is most of urban populace, at least, or nearish.
Human nature
you know what
is
I mean?
to gather.
Yeah, so. But that's what I mean. I feel like if you're making bad beer, the market now tells you, look, either fix it or get out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like, we know what good beer is now.
But this also comes back to reviews too. You got to listen to your public. You got to listen to your customer base.
Yeah.
You got to change. Like, I've seen some breweries, and it broke my heart for them to close down, but they never adapted. Not once did they adapt to the changing market.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few big ones that closed down because they didn't do that. They changed recipes of great beers. They fucking closed down.
Yep.
They didn't listen to the customer base. They didn't even listen to the industry. They didn't pay attention to where everything's going. Sorry, you fucking screwed up, Yeah. It's horrible. Like, people lost jobs. People lost lots of money. It's horrible, but you can't just blame the industry for that. You got to blame yourself. It's fucking hard, man. It's really, really hard. Like, it's every day in the bar business, you wake up to a whole new fucking set of, like, problems and troubles and shit going wrong, whether, it could be anything. Every day. I think that's what drives people like me to do this, is because we love the excitement of what the fuck is going to go wrong today. How close am I going to be to fucking losing everything today? And I'm telling you, every single day of my life in this industry is living day to day. What's going to happen tomorrow? I have no clue. I have no idea what's going to happen. I could lose everything tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen. So it is really fucking stressful, but it's a buzz. It's adrenaline rush, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess, like, it's a beer bars and the stress that comes with it. It's a roller coaster ride. It's like you're like a adrenaline junkie to live in like that, but a little bit slower. But it's I don't know what we could have if we have 2-3 weeks of really quiet and nobody comes to my bars. I gotta close in fucking 2 or 3 weeks.
Shit.
So it's a high risk job. So imagine the pressure that's on like everyone in that management position or ownership position. Like, if you have you're not in operations, then you don't know the pressure, because we're not ones to go and talk about it. Here's me talking to everybody. And
we heard a little bit about that.
Yeah.
And what was it in Manhattan Arts and Crafts, right?
Yes.
They lost the better part of a week because of, like, a water issue.
Yeah.
Out of their hands, but
it
affects you.
Fucking Sandy hit me here, man. Not one company we reached out to helped us. Our insurance company told us to go fuck ourselves. Like, fucking everybody did. I lost everything in here. I thought I would never recover. I honestly me and my wife were like, what do? Do we move back to Ireland now? Like, we don't know what's going to happen. Like, people rallied together. They helped us out. A lot of friends, a lot of family helped us out, and they got us out of the thing. But we lost everything in our basement, like all our machines, my compressors, my glycol systems, my motors, my everything, my sewage pumps, my everything is in the basement. It got wiped out. It cost me a fortune to get this place back together, and honestly, it took me nearly 3 years to recover from that. And I kept my businesses separate that I was opening in New York, in Manhattan, because I couldn't drag this debt in here, and like, that put me back 2 years. So my dream of opening a brewery was fucking pushed for 4 years, because we couldn't survive here. We were still open, still paying taxes. We fell behind our tax payments, because we had to get the place up and going for the third fucking time, So it was, this place is my addiction. I absolutely love Alewife.
I was gonna say. So you said you took this place over.
I took it over.
Do you know the genesis of the original name?
We were going to change it when I took it over, but my dad told me a story about. I'll get to that in a minute. It's fucking stopping in Boston, I think. And but my story is we were going to change the name, so then we renamed it Alewife NYC. My dad told me the story that he immigrated when he was like 16, 17 in the 50s. Went to Wales and London, dig coal trenches actually, and worked fucking doing everything you can imagine. Then he moved to America, but they used to go drinking at the Alewife, and then home is the wife, Alewife is the bar. In England back then it was all cask ale.
Yep.
Alewife, and your bar was your wife.
Oh, it's like you have a work wife too, right?
That's it. Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And so that's where I was going to change it. I was really, really close to changing it, and when I heard the story, that stopped, and I thought it was fun.
Very cool. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, it made the name pure for us, and I don't know I actually don't even know what Daniel was, why he called it Alewife. I know there's a stop in Boston. I know ale is in the name, and I guess that's worked out for them. Mm-hmm. To me, it means a little bit more. Kind of rename of the same name, kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, now means something more to you.
Yeah, it does. And me and my wife have both been through hell and back with this place, from Sandy, from closure, from taking it over, and it was in such state, and getting that back was blood, sweat, and tears. And I had to bring in people to help me fund it and pay them back, and you just kept falling behind before you go further. And then I'm going to open another bar and trying to keep this above water until we done the brew pub. It was always going to be a couple of months away, and it never ever came to tuition. Mm-hmm. I would need to open another bar, and then I invested everything I've ever had into each place. Like when I do one, it's like cleans my bank account. Open another, cleans the bank account again. My wife's been looking for an apartment for fucking 10 years, man. And I keep opening bars, Like, it's not easy. Like, You're not in this industry to make $1 million fucking dollars. You're not, like, maybe you can with high-end restaurants or whatever, but we're bar owners. We're not living the fucking, the Monte Carlo life. We're not, like, getting cruise ships. We work day to day. We work our asses off. I work average 14 hours a day. And as I said, work hard, play hard. When I take a weekend off and I go somewhere, I'm fucking ripping it up, I'm going to pretend I'm living a good life.
Yeah.
Facebook, I'm living my Facebook dreamland, but it's not like that at all. It's the complete fucking opposite. Everyone in this industry, whether brewery owners, bar owners, whatever, that are operational, and we're not the money guys. We're the operators, and we take the biggest risk. Well, not really, but we do take a big risk with our lives and our savings, because we don't have as much as other people to start this company. So when you see people doing startups in New York, you should go out and fucking support them, because they're really, really trying, and they've put everything they have in their lives into something like that. And that's why I respect everyone that's going into this industry to do something like that, take that risk. Like, I don't have a big education, but I know how to run my businesses, and I know that I have to surround myself by smarter people than me every day to bounce off ideas, to learn more from them. Like, I have great people doing great things. My business partner Dave Weekly is my fucking back of house finance guy. Like, he fucking fights with me every week about the amount of beers I buy. I always go over budget, but I gotta listen to him. He knows more than I do when it comes to this. I know my strengths. I know where I have to stick at, and I know where I have to hire people or bring people on and partner with them and for their strengths. Like, we're not all able to do everything. I'm certainly not able to do anything.
Yep.
And I bring in the best people I can to help fill them voids. So it's I think it's the right way to do it. I'm not an expert by any means, but I do believe in people, and I do believe in getting the best out of them, and that's kind of what I try to do. And fucking I have a temper, and but it's I try to keep it at bay and get the best out of people, and instead of shouting, encourage, instead of being a fucking cunt, be nice and communicate and talk to them, and
sure.
And it's hard because it's such a stressful life, the pressure I feel is pretty intense. I try to keep it I don't want to die because of fucking stress, heart attack or something. So smoke pot, helps me out a lot. I drink
Yeah.
fucking great beer,
Yeah.
spoiled with my beers, and I have my wife to fucking keep me grinded, and it's it's tough to keep a level head a lot. You know, but I'm learning every day to be better and try to be a better boss and a better friend to my staff and be there for them when they need me. And yeah, that's it's a mad world, dude. It's fucking crazy. You know, I don't even know what to do. Like, I'm up early in the morning, I'm bed late at night, and it's a fucking roller coaster of a day. Every day. I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I know I have meetings and Google Calendar tells me shit. But it could take a turn. Something might go wrong at Fool's Gold. I gotta be there for fucking the whole day. Like, cancel my whole day for. It could be a sewage problem. It could be a fucking pipe got loose. It could be a motor and a glycol unit. It could be anything. You know, I'm responsible. It's my job to get there. You know, and I try to do a lot of the work myself. My managers are awesome. Like, they're probably better electricians than I am right now. You know, I'm out. Fucking fix it. You know, and they're great people, man. And you know, we're losing 2 of them actually this year. One got a better job offer, and one is taking a trip of a lifetime, and you know, so now we're trying to fill them shoes, and there's always something like forming a new company, building breweries, running the bars, and then I have to interview people for management jobs and stuff like that, you know. So it's, you know, I didn't know that was going to happen. Today I found out. It's like, shit, I'm losing 2 people in a month. You know, to give me a month's notice. I'm like, oh, shit, fuck, now I got to find people.
Right.
So, you know, it's like, and anything could go wrong. And it's tax season. Fucking, how beautiful is that?
Yeah.
Opening and running businesses, and now it's tax season. So,
man.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. And I'm sure you guys know, talking to people in the industry through your podcasts, and that it's not all fun and games, you know?
Yeah,
it's
of
like,
course.
we show a good life, but it's a bitch behind the scenes. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No.
But it's fun. I've just realized
You
we
do
didn't
it for the
fucking
right
eat
reasons,
any
though.
food. We have all this food sitting there.
We do.
Oh, yeah, the
It's different
smell's
one.
been killing me in the
I
best
know,
of
I'm
ways.
starving.
I didn't know if I could munch on the show.
You know, so Perry, I have one final question about Alewife. Do you have any other final questions before we wrap this today?
Honestly, no. We've talked about so many cool things, and hearing, like, I mean, you got hands on so many things. It's awesome to hear all the things going on.
Yeah.
So no, I'm just happy to know there's a lot of cool stuff coming out.
Yeah.
A lot of things changing.
Keep watching
in the right way. So I'm looking forward to
Keep
it.
watching. Like, there's a lot of things that are coming up in the next year and a half that are even more fun. Well, not as much fun as the brewery, of course, but I'm gonna do some other funny stuff and you know, put more on my shoulders and risk. And I just love it, man. It's, you know, people always think I'm nuts for doing 4 bars and like, how can you do that? Obviously I can't do that without the right people to run places, but to me there's nothing more exciting, stressful, scary, but fucking fun than opening a bar under budget, usually way over budget, and on time. And the stress of building that up and running out of money, at the end of the day, like, money gets you open, you know. You gotta spend some to make some. Hopefully someday I'll make some. And man, when you're running out of money, dude, and luckily I'm an electrician and I can do it myself, and I can fix a lot of shit myself. I've done plumbing, carpentry. I'm a terrible carpenter, actually. Even my dad and my brother are carpenters, and I don't know where the hammer fell to my head when I was young. But I can't do carpentry at all. Plumbing, welding, shit like that, electrical, of course. But, you know, if I couldn't do that, I don't think I would have been able to open the bars I have. I think I would be still in Brooklyn, maybe just bartending, managing or whatever. I think I have to drive to become my own owner, but it's stressful when you don't have any money left and you need to open the bar before it all goes away. So the scrambling and the shit you do, like the Jeffrey was a pet store, dude. Before I had it open in 6 months, and I was mixing cement in the back, and the fucking floor collapsed.
Oh shit!
On one side, I fell in with it. I was on my own, and the cement mixer, instead of it being outside, but the beams and shit like that was really fucked up. I never got an engineer in. Never done a bar without an engineer again. And, but I nearly died with that. Like, a gas pipe ruptured and fell on my shoulder while I was smoking. And in the basement on my own, and there was actually a homebrew competition happening here at Alewife that I was supposed to be at, and I was, you know, 3-4 hours late. My wife was calling, my phone was over there, and I had the pipe on my shoulder. It was an 8-inch pipe, or 6-inch pipe, and I couldn't move. If I moved, it would have ruptured the entire line. And luckily, one of the guys that was working for me, doing labour, came in looking for money. And I was like, I'm down here! Get the fuck down here! And he came down here, and we put it back in place, sealed it up, and got the plumbers in, But, yeah, it's...
Goddamn.
Crazy shit happens, man, when you're building your own bar, I've seen people build and fail, and you just get an unbelievable drive. You don't go home. You fucking sleep there. It
is
stop.
fully your life.
Yeah, it is, yeah. You don't, I do everything from start to finish. And, again, great managers to take over from me and run it with our philosophy. But there was a couple of places where I honestly should have died while building out bars. And it's the risk you take when you do it yourself, And then after that, we brought contractors in because fuck that. And then the DOB come knocking, and they're like, well, have you got this, that, whatever? It's like, what? Who are you? Oh, we're only renovating. Nah, no major working on here, It's like, yep, then you got to hire I learned my lessons, I do. I swear to God, everything's done right in order, right? Now we have everybody, we have contractors, architects and stuff, and engineers working for us, and the experience I had, man, here, the structure cost me 1.5 years of going back and forth to plan this place and build this place. You can't. And we couldn't find the records of what the weight levels or weight limits of the pylons were downstairs. So the 10-bar brew house was supposed to go here, but we couldn't find them records, and they should be on file in the city, and the landlord wouldn't sign off. So now that threw 1.5 years of my life down the drain, and other people's too. And the 100 grand later, just fucking fees of hiring these people to do it. It's a lot. It adds up, and it's yours, and it's gone. And then you have to go and find another place. So it's been 2 years since I wanted, to open the next 6 months. So next month we're opening. Next month we're opening. No, 2 years later. And Chief actually from Industrial Arts told me that. He's like, oh, you want to open next year? Oh, okay. Add 2 more years to it. And I was like, fucker, he's right. I thought about it the other day. I haven't seen him in years, but
he definitely knows his shit, though.
Dude.
Yeah.
The guy's a master, man. I love his beers. And it's it's incredible, the talent. Beautiful brewery too, by the way.
Yeah. No, for sure.
Sorry, again, I went crazy.
No. So I
Very
actually,
talkative weed.
I actually only have one simple question. So here at the Alewife, your taps and the other beers you have, how many on any given night? How many beers are available for people to drink here?
28.
28.
Yeah. With the brewery, we're going to add our 10 more taps, but we're going to keep pouring French beers and beers that I think shape the industry. It's kind of the point at all the bars is you bring in, you support local, drink one. Greg from Barrier, he left now, but he told me one time, drink once because it's local, drink twice because it's good. So we'll always support local, always, and I'll always bring in and try to remind people of where the beer inspired people, Rob Talbot Allagash White. That I remember I posted one time about a legend of a beer with Allagash White, and people were like, that's bullshit, there's way out of better beers. I'm talking about the style of this beer. For the risk to be done back then by Rob Todd to create this wheat beer, Belgian style wheat beer.
It defines it in the US now.
Right? If I make a beer anywhere close to that, I'll be a happy guy.
I can
remember
see
all
it,
that pressure shit I was talking about? It's gone. What was I talking about? But yeah, it's about balance. Beer lists to me in my bars are extremely important. It's not about ordering this for the sake of ordering this and getting who's who beer, and I couldn't give a fuck who you are. I care about your beer. If you make beer, congrats to you. It's your life, and you done a hell of a job with your life. Yeah. But I like Hill Farmstead, in my opinion, are without a doubt the best brewery in the world. Their balance, their ideology of their beers are inspiring to everybody, and it's bingo starting here now.
Bingo night.
Fucking hell, I forgot about that. It's bingo night at Alewife.
Nice.
But anyway, long story short, balance is key to any beer list. You got to keep your IPAs, your session IPAs, your pale ales, your pilsners, your wheat beers, your saisons, your sours, your wilds, your stouts, your porters. You got to have a lot of open and what would I say? Like a nice balanced menu, you know?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Something for everybody.
Craft beer is
Something
not
for everybody,
fucking
there you
wine.
go.
There is something for everybody. Beer is complex. There is
Yes.
something for everyone. And as long as bar owners keep cleaning their fucking lines, then it's not the brewery's fault. You know,
Yep.
it's like, it's all about serving the product that the maker intended, you know?
Absolutely. And there you go. I mean, what more can we say? Other than that, I think it's been a great show. Thank you so much for hosting Beer Today, Beer Tomorrow. Really, really appreciate it. And to our audience out there, this is a great bar. This is a fantastic bar. You know, I personally, I've been here many times. So if you haven't been down here, come through. And if it's been a while, then what are you waiting for? That's all I can say. Drink local, drink fresh, repeat.
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 Wait, what? Repeat, what?
Repeat. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.